Are you having a bad day because something happened to you or someone said something? Let's reflect on this. My name's Vanessa, I'm a healer, lightworker, and I'm here to help. If someone can say something or something can happen to you externally in your day and cause you to feel completely different from how you were feeling, usually this is really bad, really upset, really angry, really emotional, then there is something internally going on here that you need to acknowledge and correct. So this happens to many of us, and this feeling, this emotion can last for days or weeks. You can ask someone, oh, how are you doing? And they'll say, oh, I'm in a funk, I'm not doing good. And you can ask them why, and they'll say, oh, well, 3 weeks ago this happened. So we need to be getting to a point where things externally are not having any effect on us. Someone comes up to you, a coworker, and they say that you're a worthless loser. If you do not believe this to be true, if you are practicing self-love, if you feel worthy, if you feel whole, then this is not going to affect you. Well, there's two parts. This is the first part. This isn't going to affect you if you are feeling and completely knowing that you are not a worthless loser. So when someone says something to you and it causes a rise of emotion in you, there is a part of you, usually a part that you don't want to see, acknowledge, that you have resistance to, that you believe to be true. So we'll use this example. Your coworker comes up to you and they say that you are a worthless loser, and they start going off on you. And you are so emotionally touched by this. You start to feel anger, and you start to your whole day is ruined. If there were no parts of you who thought this was true or had other wounds that this was touching, you would be not affected at all, or it wouldn't make that much of a dent in your day at all. So you have to acknowledge what parts of you are feeling like there is truth to what this person is saying. So the other part is that we do not want to face these parts. So when someone says something to us and we are triggered by it, then our brain's not wanting to deal with the actual problem, which is that we have a self-worth problem. We are going to turn all of our attention onto that person. This is the reason why I'm feeling like this. It's this person, this thing happened, and that's why I feel like this. But none of that would be allowed to affect you if internally you were in a good place. So we're going to stay on this example of a coworker telling you that you are a worthless loser. What parts of you feel like there is any truth to this? Examine your life. Are you happy with the person that you are? Who are you? What do you do every day? What are your daily habits? And is this the person that you want to be? You have to spend time reflecting on yourself in order to understand who you are, where you are on the path that you should be, and how far off of it you are. Because once you begin to connect with your internal essence, the deepest part of you, and connect to that true love which you are and the wholeness that you are, you will begin to be unaffected by your external world. This also is in combination with higher consciousness, raising your consciousness and bringing awareness to yourself and the world around you. A lot of times what happens is when something happens externally or someone says something to us, we get really, really upset and we start making up all these meanings to what happened. This person doesn't respect me, and maybe no one respects me. My whole life people haven't respected me, and it can go on and on and on. And it's this meaning that we give to it, which is the second part, that causes us such distress. So we have to step away from this situation. I often suggest that in any situation that you are needing to reflect on, that you actually take a step back as if you were watching it from the outside, as if it were two different people and yourself were not included, watching the event, and then see what you have to say about it and what meaning you give to that situation. If you can, separate yourself from the meaning, because oftentimes the meaning that we give it is really just self-induced pain and actually isn't the meaning. And a lot of times when someone is going off on you, it has nothing to do with you or little to do with you. You could be the scapegoat that they're taking out their own personal insecurities and own self-worth problems out on you. You are the target that they are using to unload their own problems and their own inability to feel loved and whole and worthy. So take a huge step back, take 1,000 steps back, and really reflect on this, because if you don't, the other option is this. Anytime someone decides to unload their bad emotions, their bad day onto you, or something bad happens in your life, you are going to have a day that is ruined, or maybe several days, or maybe several weeks. So you have to make the choice. Do you want to go in and do the reflection and figure out why it is you're giving the meanings you are to the situation? What truths are there that you believe, not what other people believe, because that doesn't matter, right? What matters is what you believe about you. Do you believe you're a loser? Do you believe you're worthless? This is the most important question that you need to answer, because otherwise this person wouldn't be having an effect on you. And you need to go in and deal with these things, and you may have to make corrections in your life. So if there's a part of you that thinks you're a worthless loser because every day you go home and you don't have any goals, you never set any goals and you never achieve anything, and you play video games and maybe you go home and drink every night, or you smoke cannabis every night, and you are doing the same thing every day, day in and day out, maybe this is the reason why you find truth in it. Now, I'm not saying that those things make you a worthless loser by any means. I'm asking for you to examine your own behaviors and see if there's a part of you that thinks that your actions are, I'm just sticking with this example, a worthless loser, or whatever it is that someone said to you. What do you think about your actions? And if you have a problem with your actions, then you need to take steps to actively change them. Because otherwise, your opinion of yourself, which is the only opinion that really matters, will not change. So really examine this situation. How is it that this person, an external person from your life, probably a coworker, someone, maybe a customer that came into a store you worked at, that has not even really a close person in your life, is able to have such a hold on you and such an effect that they ruin your entire mood. They ruin your entire ability to enjoy your life, the one life that you have. What is happening here? You have to step back and do some reflection, bring some awareness into the situation so that more of your days aren't stolen from you. This is your time. You have the control to bring awareness to this situation, these types of situations, and see what is really happening here. Don't just bury it. Don't just focus, and the worst possible thing that you can do is continue to blame it on the other person. Well, if that person didn't talk to me that way, and if this didn't happen, if that person, no. Because first of all, you cannot control other people. You will never be able to control other people, and people will always come at you. There's never going to be a person that at some point in their life, they just go on and everything is roses and dandy and there's no problems. That's not real. So you have to understand that it is you. There is work internally that you must do. It's not the other person. And as long as you keep blaming the other person, you will stay exactly where you are. I don't want this for you. I don't want you to have any more bad days that are just ruined, where you could have been enjoying your life, where you could have been feeling good about yourself. So if someone is able to say something to you and completely wreck your day, then you need to go in and figure out what is going on with you, completely apart from that person. Remove that person. They have nothing to do with the situation anymore. What about yourself doesn't feel whole, loved, worthy, secure, safe, respected, deserving of all those things? It's up to you to create these feelings for yourself. I love you so much, and I hope that you can find this as truth and make changes to your life. I will connect with you soon. Thank you.